All right, so it's working now. All right, I have to stop recording. I can't record while streaming. I think I may have really helped the settings so fucking big that I can stream and record at the same time. That's so crazy, bro. Anyways, guys, welcome, guys. And yeah, after seeing $1,700 last night, I didn't close it. And now I took a loss on the same trade. How amazing is that, bro? After running the account up to $1,700, if you're on my Instagram, you can see I update every single time. After running it up to $1,700, I didn't close the trade. This was where I was off $1,700. I didn't close the trade. And I woke up. I mean, if I had woke up maybe just to check the chat around London section, I would have closed because this is what we don't want to see right here. We do not want to see this. All right. On higher high from the previous trading day, we don't want to see that. And I would have eventually kind of close around here and try to shut this one right here and make money on this London trade. But I did not. I was sleeping and I woke up somewhere around here, which is good. So now I waited. Right now, what we're doing right now, let's see. So we're still doing a lower low on here, which is bad, which is really bad. But overall, I'm thinking if we can fix above here, we can actually get above here and this old trend can be back in play. So what did I do? I went long again. All right, so I went long and this is the play right here. I went long. If this can go all the way back up here, we might win. But if we get here, I'll be up $1,800. And if we get here, I'll be up $2,700. Isn't that amazing? That is amazing, guys. That is really amazing. So we're getting close. Let's see. Let's see what's gonna happen, guys. Let's see what's gonna happen. So right now in US section, we have this, lower low right here. I don't really see a perfect divergence on that leg. So we might still have one more sweep, then back up, right? I mean, if we have one more sweep back up, it's gonna be good. That's gonna be a good play. I'm not gonna be adding to this trade. I'm gonna be holding this trade all the way. Either I close here or I just wait it all the way, right? But if we close here, there is no reason to close. We can just have a little pullback, then continuation play. That could be the worst case scenario. But again, let's go look for other pairs that we can actually watch for. So again, I think by next week, I'll be streaming on Discord. And the reason is, when I wanted to enter this trade, I wanted to be live and kind of break it down and let you guys open as well, rather than kind of streaming during the section. I already have a position on, right? So I want everybody to win as well. I want you guys to make money. I want you guys to really make money. So yeah, I'm rooting for you guys. And if you look at it, let's look at DXY. Let's see what's going on, right? So DXY, this is where, if I wasn't sleeping, this is where we would have known that. Okay, good. Forming a higher high, leading to a divergence leg is bad for our health, bro. Can I see? Okay, good. So look at this eye right here. So this eye higher than this one here, but this one here was way higher than this previous one. So that's how you know. And it's not. I'm not just looking at it from the point of this eye was higher and we had a divergence. No, that's not how you look at it. You have to look at it in the context, and you have to pay attention to the context. Okay, what's the context here? So what's the narrative on this trade? Is that we made a higher high during the Asian Open, and that higher high happened to break above the previous daily high. Now, I've explained this multiple times, but let me explain this again for you guys, all right? This is the previous day candle, okay? Now, the new day started right here. Are you understand? Are you listening? So, when the new day started right here, guys, we broke above the previous daily high right here, which is this high right here. Okay, so we have to put a dash in that so you can understand. So we broke above the previous daily high. Now, this is the Asian section. Now, what happens is the Asian section end up coming back below the previous daily high, which means that we broke the high and we came back down. So what do you think is going to happen? What would the daily look like right now? Without looking at the daily, what do you think the daily is going to look like? It's going to look like a straight up week right there. So when you have a week like this from a previous trading day, what do you think is going to happen? We're going to at least pull back massively during that Asian section before we can now go start to, like, maybe correct back up. So it could kind of, like, take out the low, then go back and continue this move. That could be the play. But again, when you have a play like this, you have to close the trade once we break the low, the previous daily high, and once, not just the previous daily high, but below the red, EMA as well, the baseline. All right. So you have to wait for that break and you have to close that trade. But unfortunately for me, I was not awake at the point. So I just had to take it hell when I got up this morning, which is crazy. So this is where I could have closed, right? And the same thing on USDHF right here. This was where I could have closed and kind of, like, bag those profit because we're in somewhere around here. So I could have just, closed my stop at break even right on, take a loss and wait for the NY section and play this all the way, right? So if we can get like a one more sweep and rejection back up instantly above the previous daily, like, again, do you understand the explanation about when we break the high, we break the low, we're gonna have to, like, make a continuation back up. Like, if we do that, that's gonna be the play we can actually, like, tap into right here. So if we break this and go back up here, so just the same way we have this play here, we're having the inverse play right here, so we can actually kind of, like, go all the way up. But again, what is EU doing? Is EU looking like it's going to go down? Now, EU is definitely looking like it's going to go down, but we are fixing above the 200 EMA, which makes it really, really bad. So what we can do is we could wait for the sweep of the London eye right here. If we have that and we reject down, we want to be below the 200 EMA right here. We want to be somewhere around here so we can actually sell. All right. But again, if you look from for our perspective right here, might look like we want to touch the upper band right here, but I don't think so. I think this is about to do one more leg down. I don't know, but we have to react to it. We have to see what the New York section does today. Then we can actually make a decision. What is GU doing? GU is doing the same thing. All right. GU is doing the same thing. But on this case, EU on its own was the 200 EMA was acting like the 200 EMA is acting as a support, right, on EU, right? But on GU, the 200 EMA is acting as a resistance. So you see what I'm saying there? So if we get one more push up and an instant reversal back down, this is going to be a continuation play to the downside. All right, so emphasis on this leg right here. So don't miss it. So if we get that, then that's going to be the play. Now let's look at AUD/USD. Now again, what I see here on AUD/USD is we have this low, right? But AUD/USD hasn't really moved yet. So we have this low right here, leading to a divergence all the way, okay? So right now, what do you think is going to happen? From here to here, this is going to be the midpoint. So now we're expecting the New York section to go all the way up. Now, if this is what I'm thinking, if this is going to go up, that means we might actually get one more down on the USD/CHF play before we actually start to go up. But again, I think AUD/USD will be really good if we can come up here and instantly reject back down and continue to move, because that will look 1 and 2 back here. So we talked about this yesterday, and I gave you guys this trade yesterday about entering around here. So you could have rolled all this down right here. You can check yesterday's stream and you can see that. So that's gonna be AUD/USD. But again, if I have to open NZD/USD, we should see similar patterns. So again, similar pattern, right? But this one here just might touch the high. So I wouldn't go for NZD/USD in this case. I would wait for AUD/USD, because now when we get that hop movement, I think that looks pretty solid. Then this one here that has a potential of breaking above the previous daily high right here. And when we break above the previous daily high, it is very, very difficult to short after breaking a previous daily high right? So it is very difficult to short. But again, let's look at gold. Let's see if we can take anything on gold right here. Again, I was going to show gold from here on. I wanted to start the stream to do that. But again, let's see. So we had Asian section, London section right here. Now, New York section just coming right here. This is looking red. Now, what can we do right now? So what I can do right now is we have to look at the target right here. So let's say we target this low right here. Where is this low at? Let's look at where this low at right here. Okay, so this is the low, right? So pretty much we're looking at the previous daily low. Is that all right? So if I have to take this trade, because this trade lines up right now, we have a high here. Now, two things here, right? So we could do one here, right? Sweep the London high and properly go down. And the second thing is that we have to make room for what if this doesn't happen. So can we still play it? Can we still play it while still incurring this leg that may happen? All right, now I don't want to take this trade with the mindset of it's not gonna happen. Now I don't want to take it like that. I want to take it with the mindset, if I'm gonna take it right now, I could either just wait for this leg. If it doesn't happen, then it's not my trade, right? But I could take this trade and still make room for this leg. So let's see if that's gonna be a trade that we can actually take. All right, so if we were to put this one right here, so we're protecting that leg against that. Now, if we have to drag it all the way down, so we can't really get 1 high hour right here. So which means this is not a good trade, and we have to put it here. We are putting, so let's see what it is here. So we can do this right here, but it's not going to be the best, but it could be a potential play. All right, it's not going to be the best, but this is going to be the best leg. You know, imagine you're taking it from here. Now you got to protect your stop loss way above the previous daily high right there. You see that? So now if you drag this all the way down, and there is no way gold is going to come down here without actually breaking this high right here. So that low right there. So you are looking at a potential 1 to 3 hour on this trade if you really do want to, if we do get an entry right there. So that's what we are looking at on that trade on gold. So that's going to be what I'm looking at on gold. You know, if that leg doesn't come, it's not really going to be a good trade since we already have a risky trade running already. So again, let's look at the US30 right here. So this is just kind of like a typical continuation play. Again, we weak out the previous daily low right here. So we use that as a momentum to push upwards. Now we had our pattern right here. So today's pattern to me is going to be a continuation pattern. It's going to be something along the line of a pull back, then break to the upside. Now, since we are looking, if we're going to be following the 4-hour time frame, this is what we broke. That could be some people would take that as a demand zone or supply zone. I don't know what you guys want to call it. But for me, this is what I see. I see an impulse leg. I see a minor pullback. Now I'm seeing a continuation. I'm seeing a minor corrective leg right here. So now after a corrective structure comes an impulse leg. So if this is going to be the impulse leg, now we're looking at something above right here. So USHF is currently, trying to make that other leg that we talked about. So let's see if that leg could kind of, survive and push back up, because the near section is already in play. So let's see how that is going to really work out. Let's see how that is going to work out. Not the best trade, but if it's back above, I think we should have a win. Then something tells me maybe what if we actually come down. That could also happen, right? That could also happen. But if we're gonna come down like this, right? I'll be looking at a proper, right? I'll be looking at a proper, short pattern, which is I'll be looking at Asian section, right? For me to think this is gonna be a play for today, I would love to have seen something like this 1, right? 2, then maybe a 3, then we can now sell all the way. Do you understand? I would love to have seen something like that. And this could happen around London, and this could be the last NY leg, before I could be thinking like this. But now that we did this one, and we're already doing a perfect W formation already, I mean, like, even without looking too much, this already looks perfect, right? So we're just waiting for that last leg that could be a sweep and recover it, right? So, and I don't think that last leg is going to want to come and it's just going to keep dropping like that. I don't think that could be the case. I don't think so. So, yeah, this is the structure I'll be looking for to think this is going to continue going down. All right. So, because if it's going to go down, that will be a model that they will be building this in from the previous day. So it's not going to be something that would just happen. You would have seen the signs, right? So I'm seeing early signs of weakness right here. Like, they kind of like, trying to reach out that low quickly so they can bounce back up and continue that leg. That's what I'm seeing. Now, I may be wrong. But again, we are reacting right here. And again, when I saw this one here, I just assumed, what? That reaction could spike up a little bit. And yeah, that's just it. So that's just what I assumed. So let's see what's going to go up right here. Yeah, and if EU does like that one more leg, we could be interested. Let's see what GU is doing. If GU can also do this one, that would be a very, very good play, because if we go above if we go above and sweep the London high while breaking the 200 EMA, right? And we end up faking out, like flushing back down, and we fix below the baseline, which is somewhere around here. That's going to be a very good play, because now we can put it on a entry, stop loss above that high, and ride this all the way down. Now, since this old leg, we are looking at it as an corrective leg, right? So if we break now, this would be like what? So this would be all the way down, and this lines up with the intraday model, and for sure. So that's kind of like why I went long on USHF even without waiting for that London sweep, because I feel like they're already doing this way too early. So I might as well just pop in some trades into that. What's gold doing? So gold is wants to go back up. If it goes back up, that's gonna be a good play. If it goes back up, that's gonna be. But I'm not gonna try to enter the trade right here though. Oh my god! So USHF is already going down. All right, bet. If you notice, that's why I sort of like make my stop here. I could have put my stop somewhere around here, but if you're looking for areas to sweep, that's why I kind of can extend it all the way down, and I use max risk on that play, so that if it's gonna fail, I would see that quickly somewhere around here. So I'm looking to lose half of my portfolio on this trade, not full loss, right? But just half of my portfolio, which is why I set it up like this. But if I was gonna risk $200, I would just put it somewhere around here, and just hope like, if this go. If you haven't been on this trade, you can wait for the sweep, and if you reject on that sweep, just go in right there and put your stop loss tight at around that low right there, and ride it up, ride it all the way. Sorry, ride it all the way, all the way. Yeah, let's see how this is gonna work out. This is a neo-session trade. Honestly, if it can actually fix above this level right here, I'm gonna be 100% sure about this actually going down, just actually going up tomorrow, or looking to get my what is today, guys? What's today? Come on, my tripping Tuesday. Look at that. So if we fix above here, that would be setting up the move for the entire week, and we could actually have like a rally in the midweek or before Friday, or maybe on Friday. When we have any news coming, that's when the volume is gonna kick in. I don't care about whatever the news is. USD, okay, good. So on Thursday, so yeah, on Thursday, right before Thursday, if we're already here above this level right here, that would be a long, right? But if we can go up here and now we're back here on Thursday, that would be a massive drop coming up. And I think we would have seen that and be able to react to it and close our trades. So that's going to be it. That's going to be it. So I'm just waiting. Let's see how this goes. This is not really doesn't look at VXY, right? So I want you to pay attention to that VXY low right there, okay? Do I ever use all this? I have to think. No. I have to go. and pick out that pain, whatever it is. Or what do I call that? Is it like pain something plus buttons, status lines, the symbol is a canvas. I think it's a canvas, yeah. Pain, I would just say always invincible. On navigation, always invisible. Is that it? Yeah, apply to all. Good. Now it's not showing again. It was messing up with my shit right there. All right. So now again, DXY is finding it very, very difficult to break above the 200 EMA right there around this 97.5. So it's difficult to break the 600. I think it might actually go up here, but I don't think it's going to continue though. But the daily does look good. Like you said, like the daily looks like it's going to come back to this baseline. Maybe we're going to break it now, that I cannot tell. All right. But if I can fix above this level right here, that would mean, like, I'm watching for what? That would mean that would mean we are fixing properly above the weekly level, right? So that could create a spike up. So that's why we have to really follow this trade, like, back to back. Let's see. The XY couldn't fix it both this. Damn. That's going to be crazy though. That's going to be crazy. If we can now fix it both, that's going to be crazy. I mean, G looks good right now though. G looks good right now. But it's just going to look better if we can actually pick out that London high right there before going down. So we know we are going down with a full strength, Now we kind of go, let's just manage this. So we're going down. So we know we're going down with the right volume, to create that crash. This is gonna be a long trade. I can feel it. Can feel it in my bones. I think this is gonna want to sweep, and yeah, maybe. But the moment we get back above the previous daily low right here, I think it's a gonna, I think it's gone. But if we break below and break back down, we're in trouble. We have to close at that point. We have to really close at that point. You see that didn't get that pullback. So not a trade I would want to take. This is obviously going to go up. This is definitely going to go up. But I wouldn't really want to compare. I wouldn't try to, like, try to, like, use DXY to predict what, or to analyze like AUD/USD down to, like, the point. Like, DXY and AUD/USD sort of, like, they move, but I think the correlation score is somewhere around 40 or so. So that means, like, DXY could drop, like, 100 pips and EU could only do like 20 pips. That's what that means. Like, DXY could drop 100 pips, EU could only do like, 50 pips or even 30 pips, right? Kind of like, stalling on that level right there. And by the time DXY start going up, it can start flushing all the way. So it could also be DXY dropping 100 pips and AUD/USD dropping 230, like 210, it could be that. So like that. Do you understand? It could AUD/USD could use that last leg right here from this level to this level to do this entire move right here. So that's just what that is. But AU on the other end would do literally exactly the same move that DXY made, but the opposite side, So that's why when I really understand DXY so much and I'm trading with a broker that doesn't let me trade DXY directly, I would trade Euro/USD. That's how I do it. And I love that week on EU. Right? Makes me believe in DXY and why I think USHF should go up. A news impact could come in right now and this could just shoot up like right away because we already have the model almost to completion right here. Because what model do we have? We have what? Asian section, right? London low, sweep of that London low right here. Now an extra sweep. We don't have to sweep this. We could just do a one more leg. We don't have to do that extra sweep because I feel like we already have a couple rolls already, leading, but we don't have that perfect divergence just yet. So this could be it, right? That could be it. That could be it. It's not really doing anything. Why aren't you live trading? I'm live trading right now. I'm live trading right now. You can see me set up the risk right here. So yeah, I'm definitely live trading, bro. And I've been live trading for past 29 days now. Here's what I said, we do not have to do that new last leg right here because we got a couple lows to work with already. So you guys could but if we get this last sweep and we reject that, now means we can actually go up with the right volume. So if we're going up, we don't have to hope for more downs. We just have to hope for more ups like that. Do you understand? You see what I said? Do you understand what I said now? Can you guys really see it? Can you guys really see it? So, it's not guessing. You would actually, you don't have to think. It doesn't take a genius to understand that. To know that for me to be able to trade like this, it means I've invested years of years, to kind of, precise timing and stuff like that. I could do it. All right, I could do it. It's just anytime you see me do this, it means I'm moving big money. I'm trying to play big money, right? Because if you look at this risk, right? Look, my SL, what my equity will look like after SL is 0. It means that I'm using this entire funds, right? But I'm using that entire funds, but I'm putting myself in a situation whereby I can confirm the invalidation and not take that trade and close that trade maybe literally above $20 loss or even maybe a $500 loss or $40 loss, right? So I put myself in that situation while still betting for what? Look at what I'm betting on. Do you understand? So to me, it's the risk. Do you understand? So it's not, why do you do this? Now we are fixing above the previous daily low right here. That's going to be bad for the sellers. So that's bad for the sellers. We shouldn't be doing that. And we are doing that with a nice week on the 4-hour time frame. That is really fucking bad for them. But for the buyers, we have to fix above right here to say, you know what, to have a clean traffic, Trading is fun and very simple, to be honest. It is fun, bro. Don't look at, I feel I understand. I feel intraday is fun, I feel intraday is really fun. So for the past, since I started, trading intraday, it has been really, really, really fucking good. The only time I take losses is when it's off stream. That's just there. I'll take a loss off stream. Let me see what my big account is doing right here. Damn, please tell me you're gonna go now. Please tell me we're gonna fly the fuck up, bro. Tell me we are flying the fuck up. Tell me, are we flying the fuck up, bro? Guys, I was up $1,700 from $100 fucking fleet, bro. And I didn't take that shit. $1,700, bro. 17, bro. Let me show you guys. What was that nasty screenshot, bro? Don't know if you guys can see it, but do you see that? Do you see that? That was yesterday. That was before I go to bed. I was like, you know what? I'm going to wake up with my TP already kind of like, hit. But then I woke up with my watch vibrating from FT4 like, brr. Bro, you're getting kicked out. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? I should have been getting like, SL a lot on the fucking morning after sleeping with $1,700. What the fuck? But it happens. But again, if you're trading intraday, that's kind of like where the beauty is. When you take a loss on the swing trade, you are gonna be fucking frustrated. Because you've notched the trade, you've had it to the trade, you know the swing should walk out, and it comes back down and idiot stop loss. Bro, it's not about the stop loss. It's about how do you get a new swing trade? So it is frustrating. Swing trade can be crazy. But with an intraday trade, when I take a loss like that, I'm looking for opportunity on this bitch. If this goes down like this during exchange section into London section, I have to be able to take a buy during NY section. I have to be able to do that. And that's what we're doing. So if it works out, I think we can get this today. But I don't think we can actually fix on this one today. But if we do that, I won't be surprised. But if we do this, let me see. If we are to close around here, we're going to be at $1,800. I think I'm going to take it. I think I'm going to close it. If we get here today, I will close my trade. And the reason is, if I don't close this trade, it's going to get dragged into Asian section and we might actually retest. And now during London section tomorrow, that's when we're going to recover that. So during that retest, I could get in at a better trade rather than kind of keep holding this trade. Worst case scenario, this comes down here, I panic and I close the shit out. I take a loss. It's normal. You can see these lines, right? Look at where I fucking closed. So when I've been up here. So it is what it is. Please tell me the long candle is going to come in right now because I need that long candle. That long candle should come here. We have to tap this to image right there. We have to touch that. We really have to do that. So guys, if you haven't been on this trade, if you're not on this trade, what you could do is very, very simple, guys. You could just do this, tighten it up, and drag it all the way. All right, you could do this right now. But don't use a very big risk. If you're using a full risk, try to do this then. Try to get a 1.5 of this leg. Don't try to do just try to do this. Do a 1 to 1.5, right? All right, just do this. If you're using a very big risk, if you're playing because on my other account right here, guys, I'm playing with a $2,000. I'm playing a $2,000 risk. So yeah, I cannot be using fucking crazy tight stop fucking loss here. I don't want to lose $2,500, right? On a fucking 10 pips. I don't want to do that, bro. So yeah, I cannot. That's gonna mess up with my mind. I can't do that, bro. Well, maybe if I was trading a demo account, maybe I could do that. Maybe if I was trading a demo account, maybe I could do it just to show off social media. Demo, bro. No, but nah. I feed off trading, bro. Actual trading, yeah. No. fucking way. So I cannot be steady. I cannot be setting stop loss like a lunatic, bro. Can't be setting stop loss like that. Because I have real risk on the line, real money on the line. I've got to give it a room. I'm managing my money. Managing my fucking money. Trading on intraday is fine, but I'm not going to play full risk on that bitch. So please don't play full risk, all right? Unless you're trading a 50K account, then you can kind of, of course, you know, you can now set like 2K risk of something like this, 10 pips. Like you could do that. You could do that. But if you're not doing, if you're not playing that $50,000 account, not profit though. I'm not talking about live account. I don't fucking do profits. None of my account are profits, so sorry. No, I'm not gonna do this. So this is what I would do. Because I want a 1.5 right here. All right, I want 1.5. So that would be it. That would be it. That would be the play right there. But I know I know for sure, like not for sure, I'm not gonna say for sure, but I know we can get this. I know we can get this level right here. Okay. I know we're gonna pull back for somewhere here, around here. But if we fix up nicely, if I'm right, like, you know, we could actually wait this up right here. And maybe, because right now, I'm thinking we should be able to come, like, you know, come up here and create a new high. Do you understand that? So I'm thinking like that. So I have to see, like, from the daily side of things, I'm looking at what? Do you see that? I'm looking at the price coming up right here. Do you understand? So if we can actually fix here or even break somewhere around here this week, then that would confirm that we might actually be taking out this side very soon. Do you understand? So that's kind of like what I'm thinking now. Yeah, because this is daily, this is today, this is the weekly. I love to have everything on my screen. I love to see every angles, you know. That helps me predict better. Like that helps me, like, you know, frame the trade properly. That helps me prepare for what could, you know, the worst case scenarios and stuff. Yeah, we didn't close above the PDH right there, which is difficult, bro. If we did not close on the PDH, that might trigger a large down, bro. That might trigger a very, very crazy sell-off. That is not good. That is not fucking good. Oh, really? Really? The DXY almost stopped? Damn. DXY almost stopped? I mean, like, we did, I mean, kind of like, you know, we are hard, but almost started baseline, bro. Like, we are about to close above the baseline. Notice where you got a sell notification, right? You notice this? Look at where you got a sell notification on this. I was already sleeping, bro. I was already fucking sleeping. If not, I would have closed the loss. Like, I would have, like I said, like $1,700 from an account. You started with like what, $100? You know, it's floating $1,700 from an account. You started with $100, bro. No fucking way. And now you can see I'm floating minus 491. But take a step back and ask yourself, could you be making so? You could actually be making $100 a day. With an account you started with like what, $100? You could actually make it. So no, let this be like, look at this number right now. I don't want you to focus on the losses. Look at this number and say, $400 minus on the day from an account with $100. Think about it. Do you understand? When you set it down, think about it. Do you understand? No, just think about it. Because when you bump this number up to a point, now you can be buying yourself a profit account every goddamn week. Now, it's not profit that's going to elevate your trading. It is being disciplined and growing your own private account that you can now afford many profit accounts. Do you understand? The reason why I can tell you, the reason why a lot of people win on profit is that they have the money to continue buying it. Before I got restricted on FTMO, I buy 200Ks in kind of like, full speed sometimes. And when I get funded, I just don't trade on the other ones. FTMO close the other ones. Do you understand? Because I can only max it out at 400K at a time. So it's not, when I end up now making $20,000 on that kind of investment, no, I didn't make that because it's not profit that does that for me. It is coming from the point of, now I'm investing, I'm trying to scale in this private capital that I already have. So now that I've walked to a point now that I can afford profit every single fucking time, guess what happens? On those profit account, you become atlas. You don't have emotion. So it's kind of like, that's my investment. I'm just going to trade it anyways. So that's how it looks like. And from that reasoning is how you make $10,000, $20,000 a month. Because if you do not have, I can tell you something right now, right? I cannot hold like a $15,000, $20,000 play on my private account. But I can guarantee you, if I have like $5,000 or $8,000 kind of like inside my trading account that I'm not really risking all that, I can take $30 on a profit account. But guess what? I can hold a $10,000 fucking profit. I can hold a $15,000 fucking profit without feeling shit. So profit is not going to be what's going to help you escape the whole thing. Because if you don't have money and you're investing in profit, you are screwed, bro. You are screwed. How can you have $100, right? You have $100. Now you get a 10K account. Now, do you know how many trades you're going to do to make a 10K? Like, bro, to pass the account, phase 1, phase 2, and now make profit? If you stay disciplined and you actually punch in those trades on your own private account, bro, you would not be trading a 10K profit account. You'll be trading a 50K profit account. Like, you've seen me do it many times. Like, many fucking times. Many fucking times I've run a trade from 100 to 300, from 100 to 400, like just like that. Just like that. Now I could take that and get a 50K account of $250 from a prop firm. It doesn't have to be FTMO, because FTMO now, a 50K costs $40. All right. So I could do that. So no, prop firm is not really going to be what's going to change your life. It's the discipline that you already have your money on in your personal account. Now, if you can grow it to a point where you can now start taking a little bit of that, now the personal account doesn't have to feed you, right? You don't have to live off that personal account just yet. It could just be something you set aside so you can keep playing the game of prop firm. Do you understand? Like, that is how you need to do it. But if you go in and save up money and buy a profit account, it's not going to change your fucking life. You're going to get emotional. You're going to pass the phase 1. You're going to pass the phase 2. Now, when you eventually get funded, now it becomes a problem, because that's your last fucking dime. And now you get way emotional. You can't even run trades up to like 5,000. You can't even hold that. You can't even risk properly. So what was the point? I mean, like, what's the point? Yeah, maybe capital, whatever it is, but bro, like, if you have the same discipline and put it on your personal account, those trades that you had to use to, pass phase 1, pass phase 2, now make profit. Those trades could have gotten your account to a decent spot. And now you can no longer, like, you cannot only now afford one profit account, but a bigger profit account, and you cannot keep affording them. Because now you have the other side and you're still trading, like, placing small trades, because now you've invested in this level right here. And do you understand? Like, yeah, you've done it. Now, when I was floating $1,700 last night, I think it was even $1,800, right? When I was floating, I could take the profit. Now I could take $630 out of that and buy an FTMO account under someone else's profile that has a clean record, no restrictions or anything like that. And I could run it up. What do you think I'm going to do with that? When I know that I can actually take $100 today, right, and make $300. What do you think I'm going to do? What do you think I'm going to do with the $100K account? I'm going to fucking risk $2,000, and I'm going to set the stop loss very, very tight, right? Just so if this trade hits right now, I'm going to make $6,000. If this trade hits right now, I'm going to make $4,000. Now, in the span of 2, 3, 4 days, I'm already past like phase 1. So as well, what? Maybe 2 more days for the daily, whatever, minimum trading days or something like that. Now, from then on, like, it's only up. Like, there's nothing. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you have to save for your profit, you're fucked, bro. Like, you're not going to do anything with it. Because you can't even make money in peace. Like, you cannot make money in peace. That's just it. Because when you get funded, you're already shaking. You close trades faster. It's very hard. Like, oh my God, if I don't get paid out of this, I'm already fucked. I have to pay this. I have to pay that. It doesn't work like that. You have to get some confidence. You have to go through the motion where you pass on the account first, right? That's how you have to do it. That is really how you have to do it, honestly speaking. That's how you have to do it. I have been flipping account way longer before I even found Profirms. I used to be on the crypto side of things. I know nothing about Forex. I have always been a degenerate crypto trader. Always been. I've always been on 100x, 125x. So I traded 1 minute time frames, pretty much like the first 20% of my trading career. Like, I traded crypto literally all my fucking life, bro. Like, every single day, day in, day out. I have like sometimes 11 trades a day on a 1 minute time frame. Sometimes I get liquidated twice a day. I get liquidated so many times. But the fact that I keep making money, getting liquidated, at least I'm making money now. Liquidation. I mean, most people don't even have money to even like talk about liquidation. So if I'm making money and I'm getting liquidated, I'm doing something right. Do you understand? So I'm not looking at the negatives. I'm not trying to say, you know what? No, liquidation is bad. No, I look at it differently. And because of the way I look at things, so when I transition into Forex, it was kind of like, to me, when I found foreign talent, right? I'm going to say this, guys. When I found foreign talent, it was in my head. No, they're not going to pay me. Like, it's fake. It's a scam. When I found foreign talent, like when I first found foreign talent, but the first fucking account, you know what? I'm going to take it. I think I used to pass account, like it's usually like 1 day pass or maximum 3 days. 3 days. I have never been the type to kind of stay. Yeah, I've never been the type to kind of stay on an account for a couple weeks and stuff. No, it is always when I pass the account. Now, I think they paid me what? Was he first, I think the first money they paid, it was the old Johnny sort of started with $250 with Profirms, right? Because it was, I think, was it a 50K account at the time? I think it was $150 to get a 50K. Or $250, I don't know, I can't really remember, $20. I think it's $199. Yeah, on $40 at the time. So yeah, I got a payout of what? Was it $4,000? I mean, $4,000, and they paid me out was it $3,000 or $2,500? Something like that. And I instantly upgraded the account to a 100K account, and I passed out and they matched that. So it was now, it was a 25K account. So it was sold for $199. So it was a 25K account because I could remember when I got funded at 100K, they matched it together. Now I have $125K funded account. Now the first payout on that account was $6,000. So it was $6,000, and that was on Deal at the time. Deal used to work very nicely, No, the one I'm using Deal. I think you just have to send them an email, then put your name on there, kind of a contract thing. You just have to declare, hi John, blah 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 blah, and this is my crypto wallet. I would like to request this amount of payout. That's how they used to do it at the time, It was it Julia? What was her name? The CEO of the firm at the time. I don't really know. I forgot. So guys, that was it. So you've got to make money on your private account. You have to get comfortable on your private personal account. Then when you have so much money, not so much money, but at least when you are now in a situation where you can not only get one Profirm account, or maybe regardless of whatever account you're going to be starting with, as long as you are now in a situation to now get multiple of that account size, that's when you start leveraging Profirms. But if you cannot get multiple, you're still saving for it. It is stupid, bro. It is fucking stupid. You can do nothing with that thing. Do you know what it is to have to save up? Only. Do you know the mental, I don't know, do you know what it takes to kind of not have any money outside and you want to trade a Profirm? Not instant funded. You're gonna have to go through the phase 1, phase 2. Do you know how much mental strength it takes to be able to look that positively, And what do you think is going to really happen on your funded account? Now, what do you think is going to happen when you're in drawdown on that funded account? It's game over, bro. It is game over. It's game over. So if you ask me, I would tell you, if you don't have any money, put yourself in a situation where you're gonna say, you know what, every single month I can only afford $20. Now, if I can only afford $20 every single month, now I'm gonna say, you know what, every single month I'm gonna myself for trials. So I'm gonna go for a trial, I'm gonna go 20 divided by 4. I'm gonna go, okay, 50, 50, 50, 50, right? So now every single fucking trade now, I'm gonna use $50 and I'm gonna put a stop loss. So anytime I get a 1 to 2, I take out the $50 profit and I go back in. Now, when you recycle that motion and you know that what, you've already put yourself in a situation where every single month you can still afford the general capital you're trying to risk when it comes to trading. If you can set yourself up like that every single fucking time, you are going to win. I've never seen anybody that does it like that and not win. Honestly speaking, eventually you win. You will find the confidence to actually, take plays the way you really want to take them. You will have all this confidence, bro. Like, you just gotta not look at the money. Dude, like, that's how you have to do. Not look at the fucking money, bro. Not look at the fucking money. But always putting yourself in a situation where if I lose, I'm gonna wait for next month. Like, okay, look at how we had a couple of loss streaks, right? Now, yours may not have been loss streaks. You could have, like, when we had like 1 to 2, you could have taken your fucking profit and we start again. So yours could still be like, maybe you're losing a little bit of your personal capital, but it's mixed with the profit as well. Unlike me not even taking any profit, and I was here live trading. Do you understand? So yours could not have been, but even if it has been, you would have been, like, you can't lose more than you can afford. Like, you have $20, you can lose more than $20. So what it is. So now you gotta wait for the next month, your $720, you put it back in, divide it again, and keep doing it. Eventually, a month will come, you're gonna get your shit together, you're gonna look at it, and you're gonna say, you know what, good. Now I'm getting into this rhythm. Now that's your money. You can place withdrawals anytime you want. Now you take that, you put it in a profit account, you're gonna see how you feel about profit account. You're not gonna take it like, oh my God, life-changing thing. You're not gonna take it like that. You're not gonna take it like that. So it's gonna be much more flexible, and with that flexibility comes profit. Because the moment you can do it, profit is on the way, bro. And it's always gonna be on the way. Yeah, I like how DSY sort of like, forming right now. I love how it's forming. Like, I think we already fixed above the baseline, but I don't know why that shit is not fixing above the fucking PDL, right? Oh, let's look at GU. Oh, damn, bro. Damn. Are you guys seeing this shit, bro? Oh my God, bro. So what can we expect is either 1 and 2 or 1 and 2. But regardless, put your stop loss entry right here and care for this leg and take all this way down, because if you're really going to go down and we are right about DXY, kind of like, coming back somewhere around here, that means GUC has a long way to go. So intraday wise, we're going to come down here, pull back, come down here. So intraday wise, you are safe. That is out of trade. That is fucking out of trade. So let's look at this one. You can see this one is long. Let's just look at DXY. So now that DXY is almost ready. So gold, I don't think we should do one more leg there. I think you should just run it like this. I think you should run it like this. If it is stop loss, it is stop loss. But gold has, so much potential. And again, you can't really not predict what gold is gonna do. But again, you can react based off what we already have, and this could just work out, bro. I would love to take this right now, but I think I'm over leveraged already, so I can't really do that. I cannot do that. I think it's a good play, guys. I think you guys should take this. I think you guys should take gold, bro. I think everybody should take gold right now. I think everybody should fucking take gold. Put it at the 200 EMA. If that comes, if we stop loss, now we're gonna take this play right here, and we're gonna take it. If we stop loss again, we end the fucking day there. Now we come back to tomorrow. Now, if that is stop loss, right? Let's say magically, like, we hit the stop loss and this went up like this. Now this created divergence like this. Now when the Asian section opens up, I can guarantee you it's gonna go 1, 2, and this is where it's gonna start selling. Do you understand? So if you short something, if you have like the irregular London sell pattern that we're looking for, and it didn't work out, instead it did this. Now if Asian section comes in and create a new high and now give you the short entry again, that's gonna be the short right there. Now we have this, it has to short. with that, I think gold, we always do that sort of pattern. Like gold is not gonna wanna like, sell right away anytime we have our normal patterns. I'm not giving any goddamn pattern name. I didn't make them. And all this I'm saying, I didn't learn it myself though. I have to point that out. I did not learn all this shit myself. I got trained. I had to trade with somebody that understand this shit like this to hold my fucking hands. And I had to wake up when I make mistake, I get to ask him directly. Okay, why did I do this wrong? Okay, why did this not work out? Oh, so if it was you, you would have taken a loss as well. Okay, good. Okay, now I know I'm doing something right. So yeah, that's why I'm not so much gearing towards like, creating a course. I'm kind of like, more providing services like that puts me, to work and help you guys. Like literally, that's just it. And also I want to scale my own income. So I'm monetizing my skill set. I'm not charging anything. I'm not charging anything from anybody right now. I'm not charging. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I just want to have fun. I don't like the pressure that comes from actually providing a service, the responsibility. I don't think I can handle that. So that's kind of like I'm taking this like a break, I feel like I function properly when I make a lot of money outside before providing providing any sort of services. I feel good. Making a lot of money for myself, bagging it, keeping it, withdrawing it, keeping it, right? Then now put myself in a situation of being responsible for other people. Like, okay, now I'm not popping for you guys. I might help you guys. We might make money together and stuff. Now I feel less pressured that way because I already secured my money. Because now, but if I have to go at it like head on without securing a lot of profit upfront and keeping it, now when I started getting the loss streak, if I get a loss, it gets to me. You know what? Because I'm like, you know what, bro? Like you have bills to pay and you are slowing down on your risk, because there are obviously some risks, some trades that I would kind of like load up on the risk on and make money. So these are the trades, these are the money-making setups, right? There are a lot of money-making setups. Like for instance, right? Like if DXY stuff like, breaks above this level right here, that's going to be a money-making setup to kind of like now do, let's say DXY was tradable on your broker, like that would be something like this, right? To write something like this. So since the daily, right? Since the daily, this is what we are looking at, right? In terms of profit. So that would be the best money-making setups. And if I had taken a loss upfront, like prior to like, before taking this trade, I would take this one and I would obviously use a double risk on that. And that's where I make it. I'm not the kind of person when you take your first loss, reduce your risk. I don't know, reduce my fucking shit. So if I reduce my fucking risk, how am I supposed to recover the loss? I don't get it. If I take a loss and I reduce my fucking risk on the next trade, how am I supposed to recover the fucking loss? So if you have to go down the risk on the next trade, bro, reduce the fucking risk in general to begin with. Just don't increase the fucking risk. But don't ever take a 1% risk and you lose that. You took 2 losses and now you're saying on the third one, you're going to go 0.5. Guess what? The 0.5 one is not going to go. You're not going to make the 0.5 back. If you are using a 1-to-1 risk to the worst. So that is stupid, bro. I don't know. Everybody's trying to give you that advice because they want to be on the right side of kind of like, the trading needs. Like, oh, yeah, you know what? Real money management is the key. Yeah, of course, money management is the key. And you always win with that. But again, they're trying to make sense of, okay, you know what? I'm not trying to tell you guys to grow aggressive. But in reality, like if you see how all these people trade their account, it is opposite what they tell you to fucking do. But for me, the way I flip, the way I do things, the way I put money in it, I'm showing you guys the way I do it. But those other people, they be showing you, oh, don't go on the risk, like lower the risk. Oh, on the first trade, money management is the best. But when they show you their fucking account, these bad boys be having like on the fucking lot size on like, 4 5 fucking splits. I mean, like, Toby Trey talking about risk management, like, I mean, like, I love her, like, she does it, like, she's very transparent. But again, like, how do you make sense of, like, how much you have in your account? Like, even if you have about $300,000 in the capital, what the fuck are you going to be risking $50,000 a trade? I don't get it, like, hello? So no, guys, no, that's not how it is, bro. Like, that is not how it is. So please, like, when your mentor is risking, don't let them give you, just do what they do. Just fucking do what they do. All right. I'm gonna show you what I'm doing. Now it's your choice to not want to do it, but I'm not gonna tell you like, you know what? Because if I'm flipping, I'm not gonna say you should flip if you don't have a lot of money out of your account, because if you lose, flipping tends to have a lower win rate because you're gonna be adding to the trade. So any sort of pullback can kick you out earlier than your actual original stop loss. Do you understand? So I'm not gonna personally say, you know what, everybody should start flipping. Start flipping. Flipping should be another sort of like trading style. They're kind of like, that, look, if you have just some money making setups that when you see them, you have to flip on it. Do you understand? Like you have to, that is how trading lifestyle works. I don't have a professional company like, that trades for people or a hedge fund or anything like that. I don't have that. So no, since I'm making money off my money, I have to better know how to put my money to use so I can get like, crazy rewards sometimes every once in a while, but it doesn't have to be a main thing. I also have to have a safe risk because in case I have multiple stop loss get taken out and kind of like, my mental strength could not handle it. So my safe spot, my safe strategies is what you do. And my safe strategy is open a trade with no stop loss on, not no stop loss with a larger stop loss on it, just to kind of like, get your body rolling back into the rhythm of, slow and steady growth, you understand? But versus the high adrenaline, pressure that comes with flipping and, aggressively adding to your trades. Do you understand? Like you have to have that as a trader. If you trade your money, I didn't trade for anybody. Do you understand? I only trade for my own personal friends, and I don't publicly, say that shit online. But I have a risk. I have a strategy that kind of like, keep me safe. So when I want to play safe risk, I don't have to the trade. I let it go and I let it run. All right. That is simple. It's going to be one entry. But again, when I see my money making setups, if I'm in a loss streak, I load the shit out of it and I make all my money back. And from then on, you're going to be surprised how I could decline. Like, for example, it took me 24 days to lose $1,300, but it took me just one back-to-back days. What is your study doing? He said it's going up. Yeah, obviously, guys. Obviously. Do you understand? Obviously. I mean, that wasn't... guys, go watch my stream. I try to keep it at 1 hour every single fucking time. So it's going to be easy to watch, so everybody can learn something from it. So this could pull back on the, this could pull back on the London high right here. Then, continue back up. All right. But again, be careful. All right. Be careful with that. It's stretch a little bit, but try to maintain your stop loss from around here. So again, try to see if you can catch something here and maintain your stop loss around here, and you can still grab something like this. But again, let's see what this is. Just target the upper band on the 4 hour, and that's all. Since we're pretty much around the key zone right there, so there's nothing much on there. So place now. If you got the money, risk it. That's how it is. That's how you're gonna be successful. But if you're trying, if you've got a couple folks, they're rich, and that if you get your shit together, you're looking for data to show them that, look, I'm doing this shit. I think I can totally manage your money and stuff like that. Now you can be that person that now trades firm and kind of sticking to a small risk, constantly making 1 to 2, 3% a month, not blowing any account and stuff like that. And that way you can use that data to kind of pitch to your friends or your rich friends or whatever it is you're trying to do. Now you could do it like that, So now that would make sense. That would fucking make sense. But if you're trading your own capital, it doesn't make sense to, you just have to slowly, you have to put yourself in a situation where you have to risk nicely on the good trades. If you don't do that, you're not going to be profitable. 100%. If you don't put yourself in a situation where you see a good trade setup, you risk good on it, you are not going to make any money. I can tell you that. You're going to be a break-even trader at best. Yeah, because every single fucking professional knows that. Guru that trades their own money knows that there's going to be a time the money-making trade setup is going to show up, and you have to take advantage of it. You have to at least play it. It's always going to be about probability and nothing else. That's just it. But as long as you know that based on data, based on the data that you have, this trade will work out 90% or maybe 80% or maybe 70% of the time. That's all you need, bro. That's all you fucking need. And you know, the way I've been able to kind of like, you know, manipulate the whole thing is that putting myself in a situation, look, I'm trying to flip here, right? But I'm putting myself in a situation where I can exit quickly and I can, you know, spot invalidations very, very quickly. So I can exit the trades in case, you know, because I'm big on the trade, right? So that's just the only way I've been able to kind of like, you know, that's the only way I risk. And if you see that I do it on my profit account, I do that with everything, bro. I don't like how this is forming. I would have loved, like, you know, DXY setup is so fucking good right now. I really need the USHF to get the shit together and fix above the baseline. But I love how the baseline is coming down. So I think we're gonna have like this curvature, like, you know, I think we're about to have that curvature, right? Where, you know, you're just gonna sit above the baseline and, you know, use that as a support to go back up. I really hope that's what he's trying to do. All right, don't fuck with me, though. I really hope that's it. We are already 1 hour into this, bro. We're already 1 hour into it. So I don't want to make this longer than it is. This is the trade I'm running. This is my risk. This is my stop loss. But again, if you are tightening up, you can also use this. But the moment we fix somewhere around here, below here, you should close the trade. All right. The moment we close somewhere here, close the damn trade, bro. Just let it go. All right. We close it. Now when this comes back up, now that's going to be a play. We enter the trade, same stop loss, and let it go. You know, that's how you cut the stop loss and still be able to not miss the trade. You understand? So I'm giving you guys a re-entry and, you know, a cut loss invalidation. So you can join the Discord. So you're going to notify when I close the trade. I could close the trade at break even. I don't know. I'll close it anytime. But again, for notifications on what is happening off stream, you can join the Discord and I will be seeing you guys tomorrow. This is 1 hour. And let's see. We're going to see where this gets us, you know? Have a good day, guys. Have a great day. I've got to go now. I've got to go. Bye.